Hooked up to the internet for the internet feed, and hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Randall Mock. I'm emceeing, and I'm, I guess, proud to be in this position of MC. I've got the pleasure of introducing four beautiful, active, patriotic ladies here, and I'm just so glad that they asked me. I don't know why, but nevertheless, I don't want to take a lot of time here. We have Lisa Compoletta of San Marcos, who is fighting the chip down in San Marcos there, and she's been fighting this for some time down there in San Marcos and doing a great job, and then I guess she called in reinforcements. So I think we've got some good ones, and furthermore, it's not only up to them, it's up to each one of you to help out. So you know the schedule for tomorrow, but I don't want to take too much time here, so let me hand this over to Lisa Marie, and we'll have her have about 8 minutes here. And
hi, y'all. I'm Lisa Marie. I'm from San Marcos, Texas. With your neighbors here in Central Texas Hill Country, we all come together when it comes to issues of liberty. We're here tonight simply to say that we just want one simple change to our animal control ordinance in San Marcos, and that is just one simple change. Simply, we don't want that notion of mandatory in the ordinance. We don't want to be criminals in our own home in San Marcos. We want to be able to know what the rules of the law are and be able to follow them and not have to break them, and that's why we're standing up on this issue. Our community is mobilized. We're all coming. We have a vigil tomorrow and several different events. From 12:30 to 1:30 at Grins in San Marcos, we'll have a meet and greet with Dr. Albrecht. We'll also have from 4 o'clock to 5:30 at Wake the Dead in San Marcos. We're going to have a pre-protest where we'll get together and make T-shirts and posters and talk about the issues and a meet and greet with Dr. Albrecht. And then, of course, at 6:30 is when the citizens of our community will sign in to make their argumentation known and what our concerns are with this ordinance. So we would encourage not only San Marcos residents to come out and sign at 6:30 and then to speak on that issue, and then our council meeting begins at 7. The issues are very simple. This is a mandatory. It was never discussed by the city council, and that's why there's public outcry, and we just simply want that one item changed. I think this is also an issue of health for our pets, as well as some religious and privacy concerns. And once again, we appreciate everybody giving us the opportunity to make the issues of San Marcos known. And the fact that this is a packed house shows how concerned people are throughout Central Texas. And I see the head shake in the audience on this mandatory microchip issue. I appreciate your time. We look forward to you coming to our community. We love our pets in San Marcos, but we also love our freedom. Thank you very much also for your support.
thank you. You responded just like I wanted to, and yell and everything else. So I think it's okay with George on the network. But anyhow, this is wonderful. I tell you, we are now we have Judith McGarry, Farm and Ranch Freedom Alliance, and she's been very active for at least a couple of years here. 3 years, okay, and so. But you know, the best example I heard is the other day when Alex Jones came up and said, we're going to put a $16 chip in a $4 chicken. So that's something to take to other people, those that don't know that. But again, I won't take a lot of time. I want to pass this over to Judith so that we can hear what her thinking is. Thank you.
Fantastic to see this kind of a turnout at Brave New Books. This is a wonderful, wonderful event. For those of you who aren't familiar with the National Animal Identification System, or NAIS, Okay, the hisses tell me at least some of you all are. But for those that aren't, basically it boils down to a plan where anyone who owns even one livestock or poultry animal, so a chicken, a horse, a pet pot-bellied pig, or any of the farm animals, would have to register their property with the government, tag each animal, in most cases electronically, and report their movements to a database within 24 hours. A lot of people say, is this going to lead to human microchipping or human tracking? And actually my response is, this is human tracking. Because anyone who owns an animal now gets to report their movements to the government every time they pretty much go anywhere with their animals. Because last time I noticed, my horses don't load themselves up in the trailer and take off on their own. So back in 2005, the Texas legislature actually passed a law authorizing this program here in Texas. This was done before pretty much any average animal owner knew the first thing or had heard about NAIS. But the big industry guys, the big ag, came in with the state bureaucracy and they said, we want this program, we have to have this program. And they got authority for the Texas Animal Health Commission to make the entire NAIS program mandatory here in Texas. Now, ever since, we've been fighting this, and we have mostly held the agency to a slow crawl on it. We've sort of been staring at each other over the fence line. But the problem is they still have legal authority. And, next week they could wake up and put out their eggs, and there wouldn't be a whole lot we could do about it when it came down to stopping the regulations. What we need is to get that authority yanked away from them. We tried it last session. We came really, really close last session. We got the bill through the House, and we died on the last day of the Senate. So we're back. We have another bill, and we have flyers. If I'd known Catherine's were going to be yellow, I would have picked a different color. Look for the slightly lighter yellow flyers with a picture of a microchip on them. We'll put them out on the table. Catherine doesn't mind. This has information on the bill number. It's Senate Bill 682. And it's been sitting pretty quiet so far in the Texas legislature. I'm disappointed. I am not seeing our senators jumping on and co-sponsoring it. So what we need are a lot of phone calls. We need folks, and we've got all of the information on the back of the flyer. You guys are willing to do a lot of work, and I appreciate that, but I've made it as easy as possible. You have the phone numbers right here. Call your senator. Tell him you want him to co-sponsor Senate Bill 682. And one thing, especially for the folks here, this is not, and y'all already know it's not just about farm animals. I'm preaching to the choir here. But it's about our food supply. That's something that's really fundamental that your neighbors might understand, that your communities hopefully will understand. It's about who has access, who has the right, who has the ability to raise food, and what are our options. And so do me a favor, even if you already know about NACE, grab some flyers anyways and hand them out in your communities also. So let's see if we can't get this bill through this session. Thank you.
What it's really about is, all of you know, it's about control. And, of course, there may be some new people. I certainly hope that there's new people, especially out there on the Internet listening in. So we really want to extend our open hand, not a clenched fist, to the people and say, look, this is about you, your pets, and everybody's got something in this fight. So, that's what makes this such a good coalition of bringing everything together. Because it's about food control, and then next is going to be people control. So it's a very thing that we need to watch out for. Now we have Sheila Dean, who I didn't have time up front to tell you about. We have Truth Seekers meeting on the south end of town, and I think the Internet people have got that. And then also, I want to take this opportunity to say some thank yous, and especially to Brave New Books that is giving us the facility and a lot of help here. So, and we've got a list of other people that we need to say thank you to. We'll get to that next. But without more to do, I want to get Sheila Dean, who is a grassroots advocate for our 511 campaign. she's been a speaker there at our group, and we really appreciate that. I think out on the net there's a YouTube of her, or Google, I'm not sure.